Hi, I'm Tom and welcome to episode 11 of VinylCast, the unofficial Disney Vinylmation show brought to you by VinylmationPriceGuide.com. Now it's been a month since we did our last episode. We were doing them every 2 weeks, but if you've been following us on Twitter, you probably have seen that we said that we've decided to change the show to monthly. And the reason for that is a mixture of reasons, really, but the main ones being it's quite a bit of work putting these shows together, even though they don't seem to be that much in them. It's quite a bit of work because of finding all the news and stuff, and because we don't get paid to do this, or it's sort of we do it for the love of doing it, because I've got other commitments as well. So you know, I've got a full-time job. It takes up quite a bit of time, and even though it's only every 2 weeks, it means that it gives me less time to do other things. And although I love doing this, I have other things to do, and sometimes this gets a bit rushed because of the other things I've got to do. So I decided make it monthly. I can have more news, more things, and kind of make each show a bit better, but just by not having it so often. I'll still be talking about all the news that I would have talked about in the 2 week show, just have more news each time, and then I'll try and incorporate other things. And for the Vinylmation of the month, normally I do the Vinylmation of the month and then 2 weeks later I see if the price has changed. What I'm going to do now is tell you what the Vinylmation of the month is and see if last month's Vinylmation of the month has changed by this month. So a similar sort of thing, but every month. And that's all I've got to say, really. The other reason is, especially at the moment, coming up to the Christmas time, I'm a bit busier with other projects and stuff, but also I kind of don't want to, if I was to put too much work into this, it could mean the website suffers. Although this is good, I'd kind of make sure the most time gets devoted to improving the website, and there's a lot of work I'm doing behind the scenes, because I do the website stuff as well, so there's a lot of work I'm doing behind the scenes at the moment, and we'll be doing a lot more in the new year that you won't see for a little while, but I'm doing it at the moment to hopefully make the website a lot better in the future. So that's VinylmationPriceGuide.com. So each episode of VinylCast will be hopefully on the first Monday of every month. We have had a few problems where the show hasn't got out on the Monday and it's gone out on the Tuesday or Wednesday, but generally it'll be the first Monday or a day or two later of the month. So hopefully you're watching this on November 5th, unless I've not got it out till after then, but yeah, let's get on with this show. First thing I'd like to say is I'm actually based in the UK, and over here on November the 5th it's Bonfire Night, and I don't think you celebrate Bonfire Night in other countries really, so I'll explain a little bit about it. Basically, for some reason, we celebrate when a man called Guy Fawkes decided to blow up the Houses of Parliament years and years ago, but I think the reason we celebrate it is because he didn't manage to blow it up, because we found out about it and stopped him. And he had a team of other people behind him as well. So we celebrate by blowing up, or well, by you having fireworks, and sometimes people make a fake Guy Fawkes type scarecrow type thing and burn him on a bonfire as well, but that's not so common these days. It's more about the fireworks. You have big fireworks events, parties at various locations, so with bonfires and fireworks, but also people have them in their own back gardens or backyards, as you might call them. So I did that yesterday, which I'm filming this on Sunday the 4th, so yesterday, Saturday the 3rd, I had some fireworks, because even though Bonfire Night is always the 5th, it's sometimes easier to do things at a weekend, so people have fireworks over the weekend as well. It's actually quite a nice time of year because everyone's having fireworks around you, so even if you don't have fireworks yourself, you'll see them at the houses, see them going off around you. Although I'm sure some people don't like it, especially people who have got dogs and things who are scared of the loud bangs, but it's only for a couple of days. And then the next fireworks, people sometimes have them at New Year, but a lot of people have them for Bonfire Night. So anyway, I've said too much about that, but the reason I just quickly wanted to mention it is because there have been a few going off, and I'm recording this in the evening, so if you hear a few bangs, that's most probably what it is. but I can't hear it in the moment, so they might have finished. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get on to the news. So first up for the news this week, I'd like to mention that the Extreme Wrestler series is now available in Disney stores, and that's all I'm going to say about that, but here's a picture. And moving on, the Classic Collection is available in D Street in Disney World, Florida from November the 9th, and California's D Street in Disneyland from November the 10th. And, well, not in Disneyland itself, but in the Disneyland Resort. So also the Toy Story Mania collection, designed by Tokyo Disneyland, is now available in both these streets as well. And the 2 Halloween 2012 figures, I was lucky enough to be at Disney World during the Halloween season, not actually for Halloween itself, but just before Halloween, last year and in 2009, and I picked up the 2011 Halloween figure, but I didn't manage to go this year, but I did manage to get the 2 Halloween 2012 figures from the US, and they are very nice. One of them's Minnie dressed up for Halloween, and another of a pumpkin type thing for Halloween. They say on the bottom Halloween 2012, and they're both, I believe, designed by Maria Klepsis, and they are very nice figures, especially just for Halloween this year. So the Halloween season is just about over now. I say we have bonfire night straight up to Halloween, but really, I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I don't tend to go out dressed up and that. I think it's more of a kids thing over here, but it does seem to be a lot bigger in the US from what I've seen than it is in the UK, but it's getting bigger and bigger here all the time. And I'm much more looking forward to Christmas. That's much more my favourite holiday season. Again, I don't have Thanksgiving over here, so we have to wait till Christmas. But we'll be putting up our decorations about the 1st of December, so we'll have a nice long Christmas season. And so yeah, those are the 2 Halloween figures for this year, which are available at both D Streets, or sorry, I've just remembered in my notes that it is actually nearly, if I'd imagine probably by now, completely sold out in the parks, because in D Streets, because the Halloween ones last year did sell out very quick, so if they're not sold out already, they will be soon. But I imagine with Halloween practically nearly over now, they probably already are. But good news is they are still available online at disneystore.com, so if you want them, buy them now before they sell out there too, because they are exclusive to this Halloween season, and they'll be getting all the Christmas stuff in soon, and these will be sold out. So yeah, very nice figures. Moving on, there's a couple of new limited edition annual pass holder exclusive Vinylmations, one for California and one for Florida. The Disneyland California one is yellow, as you can see here, and the Disney World one is blue. So those are available, but they're exclusive to annual pass holders, so you have to be an annual pass holder to buy one of them from the parks. But if you're not an annual pass holder, you might be able to pick one up from eBay or something like that, because other auction sites are available. Because I've got the Orange Bird annual pass holder and the Toad Hall annual pass holder, and I'm not an annual pass holder, so you can get them, but not from Disney. You have to buy them from someone else who is an annual pass holder. Also, Lanny and Wayne from Disney's Prep and Landing are now available both D Streets. So Disney are already talking about the Christmas Vinylmations they'll be selling. If you haven't seen Prep and Landing, it is a Christmassy program featuring Lanny and Wayne, who are both like elves. So yeah, those 2 are now available at both D Streets, and as I say, I'm so looking forward to Christmas, so I'm going to try and get a few Christmas Vinylmations this year. I definitely like that one. The only Christmas Vinylmations I had until recently were the Candy Cane one from the holiday series, and one of the Jingle Smells ones from last year, the Gingerbread Man. So I only got one Jingle Smells one last year, but this year I've managed to get all the Jingle Smells ones, and I'll talk about them in a minute. And Villains 3 was previously only available in Disney stores, but now it is available at both D Streets in California and Disney World. So if you're looking for Villains 3, and it's easier for you to get them from the parks than from a Disney store, I wish that was the case for me. They're not sold in the UK at all, but I'm hoping to maybe order some from the US soon. although postage is expensive for shipping. But yeah, those are now available in D Streets as well. Speaking of not available in the UK, that was strange because Villains 1 and Villains 2, I believe both were available in the UK, so we have quite a limited selection of Vinylmations officially available here. So it's strange how they decided not to sell those ones when they sold the other two. I don't know Disney's thoughts behind that, but we're getting more and more as time goes on, but they don't seem to stay around for very long, so it's a shame, but I collect as many as I can from the US. And that's all I've got to say for the news this month. Monthly episodes now. So let's move on to the feature, sort of feature for this week. For this month. Right, for the feature this month, we are going to have some sort of feature every month, but some weeks it'll be, some months it'll be a bigger feature than other months. So for the feature this month, I'd just like to discuss a couple of things that I think are worth talking about. The thing I want to talk about is kind of how it's end of Halloween, moving into Christmas. So if you're a big fan of the holiday season, whether that's Halloween, Christmas or both, this is a great time of year. Again, I'm more of a Christmas fan, but you know, the thing I like about Halloween and Bonfire Night, as I said, is kind of the fact that, you know, Christmas is on its way. So anyway, as I mentioned a minute ago, oh sorry, I'll talk Halloween first. I was lucky enough to go, as I said, to the Halloween, to Disney World during Halloween last year and in 2009, and I enjoyed it tremendously both times. And I went to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party both times, and just put that down there. I bought myself a hat, which I really ought to be wearing, so if you'll just excuse me for 1 second. This is so unprofessional of me, but please bear with me, please stand by. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas. Now I'm wearing my hat, as you'll be able to see. Right, so, yeah, I bought this hat for the... It looks, I can see myself in the screen and it looks ridiculous, but there you go. I bought this hat for the Halloween festivities last year to wear. I thought I wore it on the Halloween party evening that I went to, and I actually went to the first Halloween party of the year because I was there in September, whereas in 2009 I was there in October, so a bit close to the Halloween day itself, but I wasn't actually there for Halloween day. And I love the Halloween party, but yeah, I said I got the 2011 figure when I went in 2011, but again I wasn't there this year, but I did manage to get the two 2012 figures. But anyway, I did enjoy the Halloween party. As I said, I'm not a massive Halloween person, but when you're in Disney they do Halloween so well, and it's just so fantastic. There's a Disney way of doing Halloween that you enjoy it whether you're a big Halloween fan or not. Whereas here it's kind of just having a party or dressing up, and it's not such a big thing. So yeah, that was really good. But Halloween is now over, and it's time to look towards the Christmas season. But first, let me just show you a quick clip of the Halloween parties in 2009 and 2011. Not because it's Vinylmation related, but just because I recorded them, and I think it's a fun thing to share on the show, because if you're a Vinylmation fan, you must be some sort of Disney fan as well. So here's a quick couple of minutes of Halloween partying.
guess what? A few minutes, once they finish, they're going to be posing and taking, you guys can take pictures as they pose, okay? Alright, thank you guys so much.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those clips of the Halloween party, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. But now it's time to talk about Christmas. So Christmas is less than 2 months away. We're into November, and there's already, I'm sure as there is where you live as well, there's probably already loads of Christmas things to buy in the shops. There certainly is over here. Shops are already starting to sell their, play their Christmas music, and I'm thinking about starting to play as well, because I'm just looking forward to it so much. So what I want to show you is the Jingle Smells figures for this year, Jingle Smells 2. I've got one figure from Jingle Smells 1, Gingerbread Man, but they weren't really Disney characters then. So whereas this year for Jingle Smells 2, they are actually Disney characters, like here's Minnie. Oh, and I should take my hat off now, because it's not Halloween anymore, is it? We're moving into Christmas. So I'm going to put that over there and talk about Christmas. So my hair's probably all messed up now, but never mind. So here's Minnie from Jingle Smells 2. She smells of cherries because she's holding a cherry pie. And I can smell the cherries. When I first got out of the box, she just smelled of plastic, but I can smell the cherries. So there's Minnie from Jingle Smells 2. That's probably slightly off camera there. I'm going to put it here. Oh, you can't see that either. I'm going to put it there. Right. Then we have Mickey. He's holding a gingerbread man, which he's taken a bite out of. So he smells of gingerbread. That doesn't seem as strong as the cherries, but nevertheless I can smell a hint of gingerbread. Plasticky smell is definitely not as strong now. Right. And I should say that's designed by Maria Clapsis. He designed this year's Halloween ones as well, and so is Minnie. So I'm going to see if you can... You can't see them, it doesn't really matter. But, right, next we have Goofy. Was he designed by Maria Clapsis as well? Yes, he was. So I think the good thing is these are quite nice velvety hangers as well to hang them with. I don't believe Jingle Smells 1 came with hangers. I think they came with the hook, but you had to tie your own thing on. And when I go to Disney World, I always make a point of visiting the Christmas shop to buy a new decoration. So it's nice to have these decorations to be able to hang on a tree. They're dual purpose. Vinylmations, because I love Vinylmations, and also perfect decoration for your tree. And also, normally all our tree decorations get packed away, but because they're Vinylmation, I'll have to keep them out all year with my collection to remind me of Christmas. So because Goofy's holding a candy cane, he should smell of peppermint. Can't really, unless my nose is blocked up or something, I don't think so. Yeah, there isn't really much of a smell of peppermint. Very slightly, but my nose is practically going to be touching to. Not so impressed with that, just a hint maybe of peppermint there. There. Right, and then finally, in the Jingle Smells 2 series, there's just these four. We have Donald Duck, holding a cup of hot chocolate. So he should smell of chocolate. Yeah, again I can smell a slight whiff of chocolate. Yeah, I can smell chocolate, but I don't know if I'd guess that's what it is without knowing. Doesn't seem that strong. Again, I've nearly got to be touching it. I think the best, in my opinion, are Mickey and Minnie for their smells, but they're not really that strong. But I didn't really buy them for the smells anyway. I just like the look of them. I was worried that when I walked past my tree I'd get a whole whiff of all these different smells. It'd be absolutely disgusting. But I don't think you'll be able to smell them unless you get really close. Especially when I have a real tree and it's going to be stinking of tree smell, pine, needles, whatever it is. So I don't think you'll really smell them that much, but I'm not bothered. I just want the look of them. And again, Maria Clapsis, so she designed all of them. And the good thing about this is they were sold in the UK, which I don't believe Jingle Smells 1 was. That's part of the reason why I only managed to get one of them. But I do like these more anyway because of the actual characters. a lot of detail into them. They're very nice. They're all wearing like Christmas clothes of some kind, and they've, you know, Goofy's got reindeer on his clothes and wearing a scarf, and then Minnie's got a baking apron on, and Mickey's got gingerbread men on his jumper. So they're all very well detailed, very nice, very well designed by Maria Klapsis. She designs some fantastic figures, the Halloween ones as well. She must be honestly one of the best Vinylmation designers out there. Very nice figures. On a side note, did she design the Upload? Yep, she designed the Up 9-inch figure, Maria Klapsis, which is probably my favourite 9-inch figure. Not just, I've only got like 3, but it's probably my favourite 9-inch figure ever, including all the ones I haven't got, so very nice. I was very lucky to be able to get this because it wasn't easy to get, it wasn't available in the UK. When I was over in America, at Disney World, during the Vinylmation trading event for the Florida project in 2011, last year, I traded it. I had a London UK exclusive Vinylmation I gave them, and they gave me this, so I'm very thankful for that. Again, fantastic figure there, designed by Maria Klapsis. So, there's one more Christmas one to mention. That's this one. This is not part of the Jingle Smells series, so it doesn't smell, apart from slightly of plastic. This one doesn't say the designer on it. It might do if you bought it in the US, but some of the UK ones don't say the designer, they just say Disney Store Limited London. But yeah, Holiday 2012, so it's not Jingle Smells, but it's exclusive to the holiday season this year. So it's called Stuck Duck apparently, because it's done all trapped in the Vinylmation, and there's Chip and Dale, sorry I forgot the names, there's Chip and Dale in the ears. So it's a very nice figure, again with a nice hanger. So again, that'll be going on my tree this year. So, very nice Christmas figures. And that's pretty much all I want to say about Christmas and Halloween, but I like to watch, I've only done it once, but I'd like to do it this year, and that is watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's kind of starts off Halloween and goes into Christmas, that film, so it's kind of a nice one to watch now that Halloween has ended, just before sort of Christmas season begins. So I'll watch that soon, hopefully it'll be on TV. I have got one figure from the Nightmare Before Christmas series, the mayor, but he's not around here, so I can't really show you at the moment, but maybe I'll show you next week. Next month, sorry, when we'll be in December, so it'll be much more of a Christmassy episode, hopefully. So, the Vinylmation of the month this month, I picked because I thought about it when I was thinking about Christmas stuff. So, without any further, I'm not going to say do because I'll say that too much. Without any further things, without any further whatever, without any further muttering that I'm doing now, let's move on to Vinylmation of the month. Okay, it's time for Vinylmation of the month. I'd just like to quickly say that last month's Vinylmation of the month was Madame Medusa from the Villains 3 series, and we estimated it being worth $8 last month. Now it's gone up slightly and we estimate it being worth $9. But I'm not going to spend too long on the last Vinylmation of the month, because it used to be when we did 2-week episodes that we'd be talking about this for the duration of the episode Vinylmation of the month section, because it'd still be the Vinylmation of the month. But just a quick note that it has gone up slightly. Doesn't really need to be a reason why, it's just that they do fluctuate a bit. It's probably only gone up, since we round to the nearest whole dollar, it might have only gone up slightly, but then again, could be because there's more coverage of it in the news recently, because it's now available at D Streets as well as Disney stores, so, or it could just be coincidence. So really that would depend on whether they've all gone up. So you'll have to look at our website to see what the prices are for the rest of the series now. But the Vinylmation for the month this month is Rizzo from the Muppets Series 1, and the reason I picked him was because when I was thinking about Christmas stuff, I remembered that every Christmas I always watch without fail The Muppets Christmas Carol, because it is such a great movie. Okay, it's not the most true rendition of the Christmas Carol book, especially since most of the main characters are Muppets, and they weren't in the book, although Scrooge is still a human. But I remembered Rizzo because if you've seen the film you'll know he plays quite a prominent part in it. And he's one of my favourite Muppets. So the fact he's the only Muppet I've got in Vinylmation form, although I'd like to have Bunsen on it because he's also another of my favourite Muppets. But again, he's from Muppet Series 1, there has been a Series 2, and it says on the bottom, Art of Disney, so this is one of the, presumably was sold in the Art of Disney store. It's got that logo on it. But anyway, yeah, we currently estimate this at being worth $8, and that's a pretty standard price for quite common Vinylmations like this one. So I don't want to talk too much about it because I've been talking a lot this episode. But very nice figure, pretty standard really. The ears are slightly lighter, so you can see there his ears, and because he does actually, obviously the character does actually have ears, and in the back you can see his tail in there. It's not the most detailed of figures, but that's all it needs to be. He's not a particularly detailed character himself. So of course the Muppets was originally by Jim Henson, but then Disney now own that, and they own Muppets. So I know when I go to Hollywood Studios in Florida, I always love to go on the Muppets 3D ride, their 3D attraction. So I'm a big fan of the Muppets, even though I'm too young to have seen the original Muppet shows, but I like the Muppets movie that just came out and the other Muppets things like A Christmas Carol, so certainly I'm a fan of the Muppets. There's not much else to say really. That is the Vinylmation of the month for this month. If you haven't already got it, have a think about it if you want it, and you should be able to pick it up off eBay or trade it off with someone. Even though it's not the most recent series, so you can't buy them from Disney anymore. It's because Muppets 2 has now been out a while as well in itself. But I'm sure you'll be able to find this one from somewhere because it is quite common. Hence the quite low price of $8, which was the same price as Madame Medusa was last week, and that one's still available to buy, so it shows that this one must still be quite common. And I don't think there's anything more to say. Nice figure, I like it. That's it for Vinylmation of the month this month. And that's also the end of the show. I just said a firework. That's also the end of the show. Thank you for watching VinylCast this month, the unofficial Disney Vinylmations show, brought to you by VinylmationPriceGuide.com. Please do check out our website for all the latest estimated prices. We don't have every series yet, but we're working on it, we're adding more all the time. And in fact, if you go on our website homepage, there is a poll to ask you which Vinylmation series you'd like to see next out of the select few. So once we've got a few more votes on that, we'll add the one that's got the most votes to our website, which is at the moment Park 3, I think. And then we'll let you vote on a few different ones so we can keep seeing which ones you prefer. So we're adding more all the time, but we don't really know which order to add them in because there's a lot of flexibility in that. So if you have a particular series you'd like to see, let us know. We might just decide to add that one because we want to add the ones that you want the most, and then eventually have them all. But it does take a bit of time for us to add them, and we're not making money on it, so it's kind of just something that we're doing in our spare time, and we're trying to add more and more, but again, it does take time. So yeah, please let us know on Twitter or Facebook if there's a particular series you'd like to see. It's twitter.com/VinylmationPG and facebook.com/VinylmationPG. You can also email us vinylcast@vinylmationpriceguide.com if it's something to do with the show, or if it's just to do with the website in general, you can send an email to webmaster@vinylmationpriceguide.com. So again, this show will be back in a month's time on the first Monday of December. We'll hopefully have a lot more Christmassy stuff. So thank you for watching and see you next time.